Welcome to Obama Math, presented by Yay Math. Can I get a Yay Math one time?
Yay Math!
I love it. You guys like do a little shindig style. And we're gonna follow up on trig identities with some simplification. So the instructions for these problems would say simplify. Simplify. It's a good example. It's a good mantra in life. I want to simplify my life. Go from having the nuclear codes to learning how to code for myself. Which one is harder? From owning a BlackBerry to owning an iPhone. Security purposes. It's true, yeah.
Really?
You still have a BlackBerry?
Oh, you're talking to the president. Yes, I carry a BlackBerry because for security reasons, I'm not allowed to carry an iPhone.
I didn't know that.
Folks need to know for tracking purposes.
That bending is dangerous.
Yeah. All right, let's simplify these. Do you recall from our previous lesson what cotangent simplifies to?
Yes.
Yes, it simplifies to.
Hang on.
Let's make a little list.
It simplifies to cosine over sine.
Over sine, very good. Cosine over sine is a simplification for cotangent. Let's do it.
Woo.
So this is cosine of an angle over sine of an angle. That's cotangent. And that is all over cosine.
But then do they cancel out with the cosine?
You see that they
So
do.
it's just sine.
Almost.
Try number one.
Almost.
But then this is sine.
So let's do it. Now, maybe you'll see that the cosines cancel. Let's be formal about it. This is cosine of the angle over sine of the angle. Now, I can write divided by or I can write times. What would you like me to write?
Divide.
Let's do
Divide
divide for
by
the first time.
times.
Divided by cosine of the angle. So these two expressions are equivalent. Notice, cosine over sine divided by cosine is the same as cosine over sine divided by cosine. Do we see that these are equivalent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we can simplify, which is the same as cosine over sine times
1 over cosine.
1 over cosine. To divide by a number is really multiplying by 1 over that number. We could prove it. Divide by 2 is the same as multiplying by
1
over.
2.
One half, yeah.
Oh,
1
yeah,
over 2.
one half, yeah.
To divide by 2
Yeah.
is 1 over, multiplying by 1 half.
Right.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
with
We
that?
got it.
All right, now, what's the cancellation policy of my Netflix subscription in the White House?
We cancel the cosines. And then,
Netflix and chill!
Oh,
Chill!
wait, oh, it's 1 over sine?
Indeedy, 1 over sine,
Indeed.
Indeed.
which is the same as
Sine over 1? Nope,
Nope.
that was
the
wrong.
reciprocal of sine, if you recall.
So it's CSC.
Which is said how?
Cosecant. Yep. Zach said it.
Bravo. Good job. How's that? All right, so the simplification of cotangent of theta over cosine of theta is really cosecant of theta. Now, you're going to start to see these like puzzles. Right? Let's get the next puzzle. All right. This one's fun. Tan, cosecant, cosine. Tan, cosecant, cosine. All right. All right. Let's convert this stuff. So I'm going to put a major rule for trig identities. One major rule, or a strategy, I would say, a huge strategy. A very awesome strategy would be strategy number 1. Try to turn everything into sine and cosine. This may be really helpful because then you can cancel some stuff. So let's turn stuff into sine and cosine. Tangent! We did cotangent before.
Yes.
If you recall, what tangent can also be expressed as a ratio?
Sine theta over cosine.
Sine theta over cosine theta.
Got it.
You got it. We just did cosecant in the previous problem. Cosecant of an angle expressed as sine or cosine is...
Can you repeat that?
Thank you for asking. Cosecant of an angle expressed as sine.
So
Hint, it's a reciprocal function.
see.
Oh, it's
Is it
Oh,
the
so it's
football
one over
conference?
sine.
cosecant over sine.
1 over sine.
1 over sine.
Yeah.
So then they cancel.
They will. Good. Good. Let's save that for the end because it's fun.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
Times now cosine. Do we need to
Cosine.
transfer cosine?
Nope, it's
no.
just
Right.
it's just cosine over 1.
Yes. We could put it over 1 if you like. That's fine with me. All right. I'm getting the red marker because it's
What?
blood.
Oh my god!
So it's
Yeah.
cosine divided by cosine.
Oh my god, this is stalking.
Boom.
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 Boom. Boom. Boom.
Boom.
They
Boom.
all cancel.
Answer.
Oh,
1.
1.
That's weird.
How cool.
That's
Why couldn't we
insane.
just say that right at the beginning?
Not to take some of the fun. Oh, I'm not from Kenya. I'm from Italy.
Oh.
Dropping the nuke of knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
First
Is that a
Kenyan
bad?
president.
Are you not allowed to do those jokes? Is that,
What?
I don't know is that not bad?
What?
Is that-
It's on the fence.
it's on the fence. Can you not do accents from different countries?
Can you
No,
not?
no, that's fine.
Can you not?
Can you not?
Can you not?
Alrighty. So let's try sine squared plus cosine squared over cosine squared. What do you suggest we do with cosine squared,
Can't-
perhaps?
Multiply by. No. Can you just cancel them out?
Can you are you suggesting we divide cosine squared into both of these?
Yeah.
Yes.
We must. We can. We should. Let's do it.
So would it get rid of the cosine squared theta on the top?
These two divide?
Yeah.
What would they become?
Yeah, it would just
1.
become. Yeah.
That's right.
So
What would these
So
become?
it'd be sine squared
Cosine.
theta over cosine.
Simplifies to what?
Squared theta.
Sine.
Sine over cosine simplifies to what?
Tan.
Good. Tan.
Wait.
It would help to have a list in front of you, but it's
Wait.
impressive.
Why does it get?
Cosine
I
over
thought they just
cosine, he's suggesting.
completely- I know, but
So it's tan squared theta.
Plus 1.
Wait, how do you get SCC
oh,
then?
I see.
SEC is secant. It's 1 over cosine. Okay? 1 over cosine is secant. They're reciprocal functions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Reciprocate cosine, you get secant. You reciprocate secant, you get cosine. Okay, this is an identity. This is
2.
an identity.
Oh, it's.
Is this identity number 4?
Let's find out. Do you recall if you said sine squared plus cosine squared? Oh my god, equals 1. It was right here hiding all along.
Look
There it
at
is,
that.
it's right there.
Bam.
That top could have been 1, you guys. I didn't even see it. That's cool.
Wait,
There's
why?
multiple ways to solve these problems.
Wow.
Because sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Remember the thing?
So
we
would it
did?
be 1 over cosine squared
It
theta?
would be 1 over cosine squared. Let's actually do that over here. 1 over cosine squared.
Would you have got the same thing if you divided by cosine
Absolutely
squared?
you would. There's multiple
is-
ways to solve these problems. What is 1 over cosine? You just asked it. What's 1 over cosine?
Tan. No.
Okay.
SCC?
Can I write squared? It's
It's-
Halloween.
Hiding
Yeah.
Obama.
Secant, yeah. The next series, we're calling
It's
it
Opika
Hiding
Barack.
Obama. Thank you.
Wait, so that equals secant.
Secant squared is the answer.
Okay.
Now, you'll notice that you could get that from here. So let's finish out the process. What if I really wanted this? Look closely. If I really wanted this to be this, what would I have to divide both sides by?
Tan.
Cosine squared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
look closely. If I divide by cosine squared,
Because then it gets
you'll
tan.
you'll get 10 and you'll get 1.
Yep.
So if I divide both sides by cosine squared, this is unnecessary because we already solved the problem, but it's just good practice.
It's just another way to do it.
It's another way to do it, exactly.
Look at
That's
that.
well said. It's another way to do it. So now, if we divide into both, this will become what?
SCC.
Sine over cosine.
CSC.
No.
Just kidding.
Sine
Tan.
over cosine.
Tan.
Good job.
Sorry.
No need to apologize, man.
Brain
You're
dead.
working hard.
Chill.
Plus cosine over itself
Is
Is
1.
1.
equals
Is-
1 over cosine squared,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is?
Which is secant.
Secant.
So that's
Secant squared.
so this is the identity. This thing, the identity that you see in the books and on your formula sheet, will be secant squared.
So we're up to like the 6th identity.
No.
There's a plenty of trig identities. Yeah. There's a lot of trig
Okay,
identities.
I'm just gonna do no.
Oh, on the calculator, there's the theta button.
Yeah, there is. That's for graphing and stuff.
6.
Stay with it, Easel!
Easily.
Ah! No.
Ah!
Oh wait, this is like totally turned.
Do we need to make a repair on easily?
No, just it's a workhorse. It's American dream. Okay.
It's spirit.
Yes.
It's good.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
We are mad chilling.
Tangent squared theta. Like sooner or later, you're gonna notice you're doing crazy hard problems. You won't even realize
With
you are.
ease.
Whoa.
Yeah, with ease. Okay, we're gonna walk through it and you're gonna start to see the patterns. So one method would be to turn into sine cosine. We could do that. Another method would be divide secant squared into both terms, into this and then that. Would you like to maybe turn into sine cosine and see what cancels?
Let's do it.
Let's try it. Let's try dividing into sine cosine, see what cancels. Okay. Tangent as sine cosine becomes?
Wait. Tangent with divided by.
Just what is tangent as written with sine and cosine only?
Wouldn't it just be tan?
I'm going to put those up because they've come up a lot.
Yeah.
Tangent equals sine over cosine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Cotangent equals, tell me then.
It equals
Cosine
1 over tan.
Yes.
Over sine.
Yeah, and so tangent is
Tangent is
1 over
Can't,
cotangent.
can't cot also just be 1 over tan?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could put that down. It helps. And so cotangent is 1 over tan. Yeah, these are all fine. So they come up a lot, so might as well. Okay, so tangent is sine squared over cosine squared times cosecant squared. This is another reciprocal function.
Cosecant is
it
1
cosine?
over sine. It could
Good way to reference your work. That's great. It is 1 over sine. Oh, that's good news right there. Look at that. That's going to go. Minus 1. Put all over. Secant squared is really
Secant is 1 over
Sine.
cosine.
1 over cosine squared. Again, secant and cosine are reciprocals.
Yes.
Blueberry skillet. What's the reciprocal of secant?
Come on, I want a nice nickname.
Reciprocals.
Oh, that's her? That's you, Blueberry
No,
skillet?
I said, come on, I want a nice
You want?
nickname.
Oh, I'm working on yours. What's this reciprocal of secant?
Tangent over cosine.
The reciprocal of secant.
Phi. Oh my god.
1 over cosine.
It is. Good. Well done. And I knew you were looking right at me, so you were coming up with it yourself. Good job.
How did I know that?
Because that's the one you asked about before. That's
Oh,
why
right.
I'm asking you again. Right? I'm not trying to trip you up or anything. That's the one you asked about. Can you, just for our purposes, let's put the other identities here. Sine equals 1 over what? Anyone? Everyone?
Sine
Sine
equals
equals
1 over
cosine.
cosecant.
Yes.
Cos-
Cosine equals?
Oh, 1
Friend.
over
It
secant.
just
I'm like,
And Tangent equals?
Oh.
1 over cot.
Yeah.
or
Sine
sine
over
over
cosine.
cosine.
Yeah, so I just did reciprocals here. I did tangent, cotangent here.
Chill.
And these are redundant. Okay. All right, let's cancel.
Let's do it.
Ah! Ugh!
Oh, and then it just becomes
Cancel.
1
I should have
over.
put a square
And then
in
it's
there.
1 over cosine again, so then you just cancel it and it's just -1.
We'll see. We'll see. That's true. So we have, this is 1 over cosine squared, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 over cosine squared
Over.
minus 1
Over.
all over
1 over cosine squared.
1 over cosine squared. Now, if you know what you're doing, can we divide this into both terms?
Yes.
We can do that. We can do that, all
This
right?
is true.
Gotta be careful.
Just got to be careful. Well said again. Yeah, good job. So let's do it. The reason why is it's inviting us to do this. What is 1 over cosine squared divided by 1 over cosine squared?
1.
1. So we're going to put it down. 1.
So
So it's 1 minus 1 over 1.
1. So it's just 1 minus, I'm going to write it, 1 over
equals
1 over cosine
1
squared theta.
what?
Fear not. Fear not. Do you see that we did, look up here. So you know what you are? You're grape strawberry jam.
Llama.
Because you don't know where you're coming from. Is it grape or is it strawberry? So I just made it up. You don't know where
Done.
you're coming from. Are you jamming grape? But you're strawberry. And you're holding the red ball. See? And you
Now
jam.
she's not.
Yeah. You
Yep.
dropped the ball. So yeah, 1 over cosine squared divided by 1 over cosine squared is this. And then 1 divided by 1 over cosine squared. Is there any questions? Any questions about this? What we just did?
Nah, dude.
We're not done.
Okay.
We're not done.
Yeah,
but
it looks
just the
like it.
format. This is 1 over this.
Yeah, I get that.
There's other ways to do it too, but I just saw it and we went for it. All right, so now we need to simplify this. Is it the same as 1? Can you do multiply by recip?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So 1 divided by 1 over cosine squared
Mm-hmm.
We won. Or which
is
cosine?
1 times, yeah, it is 1 times
Cosine.
Cosine.
cosine squared over 1, fine, which is
Cosine.
cosine squared.
So it's just equals cosine squared.
Yes, so this whole thing becomes 1 minus cosine squared. And this is also an identity.
Yay!
I know. We'll
Oh
put
my
the
goodness.
Pythagorean identities up. Let's put them up so you have them, okay? We'll take Sokoto off. Sokoto's been demoted.
What?
Sokoto is
How
demoted.
dare you?
I'm going to put the 3 Pythagorean identities. We have sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. You recall that one? Then you had tangent squared
Theta.
plus 1 equals secant, right?
Yeah, and then we had like all of them.
And then
theta,
you had,
CSC, theta, cos, theta equals 1.
And then this one was
Did you
divided
say
by,
cos?
this is cotangent squared. Am I doing this right? Divide both by sine, you get
Yes.
this. No, divide both by cosine, you get this, yes. Divide both by sine, you'll get cotangent squared equals cosecant squared.
Are these ones that we know?
Yeah, these are the
That
ones we
were
did in the
your-
last one.
Cool.
Those are the 3 Pythagorean identities. So you'll know, yeah, those are
Okay.
the 3. Now look closely. Which one of those 3 do you think that one will involve?
I think
The
it
first, second, or third?
would, the first.
It is the first, because I see cosine squared in there. What is 1 minus cosine squared?
1 minus cosine squared is.
I can't believe you guys are doing this. I believe it, but I'm just impressed. Okay?
Oh my god, 1 minus cosine squared.
Yeah.
Sine squared
Sub-
theta.
Oh, well, yeah, you can just subtract.
Subtract what
Oh,
on
so
both
it
sides?
equals sine.
Fine.
It is.
Oh,
does.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So then the one we just did is equal to sine.
Sine squared, bravo. Yeah. I'm telling you, I guarantee, I know it in my heart, that once you do this more, it'll become really familiar and you'll be doing it second nature. So we can see that 1 minus cosine squared is really sine squared. So this thing becomes sine squared, and that's the answer to that problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Do you have one more in you?
Well, no,
Yeah,
can you
let's
circle
do
the
it.
answer?
Let's do one more.
Let's
Can
do
we,
it.
circle the answer just so I can see it again? It's
There it
that
is.
one. Oh, it's that one.
It's that one, yeah, and I erased the
Okay.
problem.
Alright,
Because we
I see.
used so much of the board.
Yeah.
These may take like a third or half the page.
Yeah, those are a lot.
All right, let's do one more like this. Okay, we'll take that off. We'll leave the identities up. We'll leave them up. All right, Scott. Ooh,
Is this 6?
yeah. Cosecant of the angle over cosine of the angle times 1 minus sine squared of the angle. All right, there it is.
Next page.
I spy identity. So that's another rule. Look for identities. Look for
Oh.
identity. I will. I'm the president. I'm the president. I'm identity. Who I am. And a father. And a husband. And a man.
And a math teacher.
And a math teacher. Yes. Very important. So look for identity. Here it is. 1 minus sine squared.
Yeah. 1.
What should we do to both sides, perhaps?
To multiply by cosine.
No. It's
Just
a
kidding.
subtract. It's a
Oh,
subtract.
Subtract by something.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Okay? So we have over here sine squared
Mm-hmm.
plus cosine squared equals 1. I want this. What do I do to both sides to get this?
What do you wait? What?
I want
Oh,
this.
subtract.
You subtract
Cosine.
sine. You
You
subtract
Sine.
You subtract
Yeah.
sine squared. Correct. Let's do that. Subtract sine squared.
and then you get that, and then you figure out what
So what is 1 minus sine squared? Really?
it's.
Cosine.
Yeah, cosine.
Cosine squared. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
1 minus sine squared is cosine.
Oh, and
squared.
cosine equals cosine.
So,
And you have some cancellation going on,
so
right?
it's just CSE.
Well, this is squared.
Ah,
So let's talk about it. This is cosecant of the angle over cosine of the angle times cosine squared of the angle. Now erase. Okay. Now, yeah, see cancellation. Let's do it. So what is cosine and cosine squared? What do they cancel to?
1.
Cosine.
Cosine squared upstairs, correct. Because you have 2 up there already. So this results in just cosine.
So it's cosecant times cosine.
It is, let's write that so we could see it. Cosecant of the angle, cosine of the angle. Back to strategy 1, it would be really helpful, perhaps, if we could turn everything to sine and cosine.
and cosecant is 1 over sine.
1 over sine, we're going
Which-
to write that.
Okay.
Let's write that, yeah, you already maybe see ahead into it. 1 over sine times cosine, we'll leave it alone. What will these become?
Then
We come all one.
you
cancel out.
can.
These don't cancel?
These don't
Oh,
Equals-
you
these
can.
don't
You
cancel,
can.
but-
Then
Cosine
they
over-
come together, and
They
then
do?
it's cosine divided by sine, which is that tan?
You're so close.
Is that cot?
Cosecant.
Indeed,
It's cot.
it is. Cosine over sine, where is it? Here it is.
Cot. Wait,
Cot.
what does cot stand for?
Cotangent, thank you for
Oh.
asking. Cotangent.
I don't know. I have to put that together.
Because it's new. So don't be hard on yourself.
Oh, okay. I like this. It's like puzzles.
It is like puzzles.
I really like
It
this.
totally is like puzzles. All right, in part 3, we're gonna do 2 problems, 2 quick
There's a
ones.
third part.
Yeah, we're gonna do part 3. Or we could. I meant to add it to this video. Can we?
Let's do it.
These 2 here.
Why not?
This 2. Come on.
Make this video longer.
Power up. Yeah, we'll make this one longer. It's the same.
It'll
This
be the
is-
holiday special.
Is this the last part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now look, we're gonna translate all this. We're gonna translate, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
What?
We're gonna translate. The problem is asking. We could get rid of.
That's the negative 3 pi over 2. Is that 270
It
degrees?
is 270. Good job. We can get rid of these. Let's make some room. Okay. There we go. We'll get rid of these. Make some room. Okay. Now, it's saying find sine if the tangent is -1. What quadrant is this? This is 270 degrees. This is 3 pi over 2. This is 2 pi. So do you agree we're over here?
Yeah.
So let's draw the triangle. Here it is. Here is the angle. The tangent of the angle is -1.
Yes.
What's the tangent of this angle? What over what?
The tangent is
Opposite is
is opposite over adjacent.
root
So
2, root 3.
then
1.
1 over. So I want basically tangent to be -1, right? You see this?
yeah,
Where's the negative going to be though?
the negative is going to be
The bottom.
no, the bottom.
Right, the y value, because it's down.
Got it.
We're going down for y
Yes.
and across for x. All
There's a
right,
fact.
there it is. So now, what is that angle?
Something.
-1.
It's -1.
No, the
No,
angle.
the angle.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well, how many degrees in this triangle?
there's what?
45.
Oh,
45. Very nice. So now there we are. Now we want find sine of the angle. Hook it up. What would sine of this angle be? We need
So
this.
it's sine 45.
Sine 45 in quadrant 4. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It's sine 45 in quadrant 4. In fact, this is over here.
So
That's 45 away from 360.
Yes.
45 away from 360 is around 315 degrees, okay?
so
Okay.
it's that.
But we want sine of the angle. That's all we want.
So it's
Sine.
45. That's it.
No.
Sine of 45.
Sine of 45.
Define sine, what over what?
Opposite over adjacent. So
So
opposite over hypotenuse.
so it's but we don't have the
wait,
hypotenuse.
yeah, no, it's
Get it.
45, 45,
So-
90 triangle, so it's root 2.
So that means
So it's sine of
it's-
45 is 1 over root 2.
so a negative
Negative
1
one over root
over
two, sorry, I
root
didn't see
2, which is then can we keep it like that?
No.
So then do times, yeah, and then
And
it's
it becomes
neg.
It can't be
1
negative
root 2
can it?
over 2.
No, it can't be negative.
Negative's okay. Negative outside the root's
So
okay.
Negative-
negative root 2 over 1.
2.
2.
That's root 2 times root 2.
2.
Root banana times root banana, banana.
Wow,
Wow.
Done.
huh? You believe you're doing
Is
this?
that wow?
Easy.
Do you have it in you to do tangent if secant is something?
Let's do it.
Okay, it seriously is the last one.
Is it wow?
It seriously is the last one.
Viewers, we swear.
Yeah.
Please do not.
Yeah.
Us, please keep watching.
If you've made it this far, you're
You've made it this far, yeah.
Yeah.
You know this. You know this.
Let us help you with your homework.
Find tangent. It helps to have a second example so you see the find tangent. If secant of the angle is negative 3
Uh-huh.
and you're in, so pi less than or equal this,
So
3 pi over 2.
pi is
Where are we?
180.
Yes. And
And
3 pi over 2 is
That is 270.
270. So we're over here. That's right. This
Yeah.
is pi. This is 3 pi over 2. So location is very important. All right.
Location.
Secant
location.
is negative 3.
Secant is negative 3.
Secant's the reciprocal of what?
Secant's the reciprocal of cosine.
Cosine. So if secant is negative 3,
Cosine, it's adjacent over hypotenuse.
yeah, is negative 1 over 3. All right. So see how I reciprocated that to make it easy?
Uh-huh.
Cosine is ca. Hook it up. Where would the 1 go? Where would the
The-
3 go?
The 1 would go,
On the left.
Yes, here?
yeah.
Positive or negative?
Positive. No, that was negative. That's
Negative.
Negative. Where would the 3
The
go?
3 would go on the hypotenuse.
It would. Very
And
nice.
then you
So,
gotta figure out the.
we do and we
Wouldn't
will.
that be negative though
Opposite.
also?
We will.
That's
Excuse me?
negative 3 also.
Hypotenuse is always
Oh
positive.
yeah, hypotenuse is also.
In fact, what ends up happening, you'll get negative 1 over 3, and that's the fraction negative 1/3. And
So,
reciprocating is negative
It's
3.
2.
Good. Now we want tangent, don't we? Now we want tangent.
That's when it would be negative 3.
But then
That's
the
when that would be
opposite,
negative
it's
1 also.
2 with 2.
2 root 2,
Two
yes.
root 2.
So we need to get this. So we do Pythag.
Yeah.
So we'll get negative 1 squared plus y squared equals 3 squared. This is 1 plus y squared equals 9. Y squared equals 8.
Oh, it's 2 root 2.
Y equals 2 root 2. Positive or negative?
All
Positive.
Down.
Negative.
Negative.
Very good.
So then,
Now what is the tangent of this angle? That's what it's asking.
so we have to find the tangent. Oh, opposite over adjacent. So it's negative 2 root 2 over negative 1. Then the negatives cross each other out. So it's positive, and then you do times.
Uh,
Oh, it's chill. It's just 2 root 2.
Boom.
oh my god.
That was.
You guys, you went deep. Let's just have a moment.
Let's.
To those watching, congratulations to you too. Yeah, give yourselves
You
a hand.
did-
We're all in this together.
We were all-
Stay with it. Stay with it, Adam. Don't do it yet. Yeah, give us a message. Go. What are you saying?
Oh, no, I was singing High School Musical. Like,
Oh,
Trash.
Say you turn.
Hello, I'm President Barack Obama. In any approaching election season, it is of the utmost importance to vote. Your vote directly shapes the future of our nation. Simply Google how to register to vote for details in your area. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.